Hey everyone, it's Abby, aka Sleevy Wonder, and I am here today making my second video 2 days in a row, um, responding to the Confessions of a Fat Girl tag that has been circulating around and originated with Made Up Mama, who is delightful. Um, and I've just started watching her videos, and she is wonderful. I've seen a couple other people make their confessions video. I just watched SJ's Journey. She just did one. Um, I'm gonna screw up the name of her channel. I'm so sorry. Brit Brat VSG or VSG Brit Brat. I'm sorry. She just did one, and Chloe at the Sleeve Reprieve also did one. So in the interest of being completely honest and candid about this whole experience, I present to you my confessions of a fat girl. Okay. So, I'm like going back in the memory bank with this one, with some of these, because my fucked up relationship with food started way young. I remember being in fourth grade, and after you bought your regular lunch, they would call and you could come up for extras, which was like basically junk food. So, like chips or ice cream or snacks like ho hos and that kind of stuff. Um, and I would scrounge for change every day for 60 cents so I could get two ice cream cups to eat at lunch. Those little, about yay big vanilla ice cream, which was not even like good ice cream. Um, but I'd get two of those every day and eat those in addition to the normal lunch that my parents packed me. A couple of years later, when I was in sixth grade, my lunch every day was a can of Fruitopia. Remember that stuff? It was my jam in sixth grade. Fruitopia and this thing called a defroster shake, which was basically like a big milkshake. Like, not even, just like a big container of ice cream. That was my lunch every single day, my sixth grade year. After I would eat that at lunch, I would come home, and since I was the only one at home before my parents got home from work or my brother got home from school, uh, I would go to the freezer and stand at the counter and eat ice cream right out of the container. Just tons and tons and tons of ice cream. I would like binge on a package of cookies that was, excuse me, in the fridge. Whipped cream, like the Ready Whip, I would like eat that out of the can. Uh, like cookie dough was in the in the fridge. I would eat the raw cookie dough. I mean, just like anything I could get my hands on, and it was just like I would eat it till it was gone. Um, I would at my parents' house. I would hide food wrappers. There was a big garbage can in their garage where all like the weekly trash went, and it went out to the curb on garbage day. So if I like polished off a container of ice cream, I would like wrap it up or put it in a bag and hide it in that trash can so nobody would see if I got fast food. I'd throw it away in there so nobody would notice. Excuse me. It was disgusting. Um, in college, we would binge drink and binge eat. So we would party or whatever, party in the dorm or go to a party and just thinking of it, like just the amount and quantity of hard alcohol I used to be able to drink is disgusting. I mean, I remember doing just like 6 shots in a row of like apple flavored Bacardi, or going to the bar and getting like a pitcher of Long Island iced teas and like drinking that. So after we would, party or whatever, we were drunk and hungry. And so we would go to um, Kimmel, which was the late night food court that was open till like 3 a.m. We'd eat like KFC and Taco Bell. So we hammered eating all this shit food. And then in the morning, when you wake up with the hangover, you'd go get brunch. And like weekend brunch was like a Belgian waffle with like whipped cream on it and bacon and eggs and like baked apples and oh my god. Ugh. Like thinking about the quantity that I used to eat and now with like my teeny tiny stomach just bleh. More recently, I would come up with excuses in my head when I was buying like a cart full of garbage at the grocery store. So I'd buy like a frozen pizza and a container of ice cream and like some cookies and be like, and if anybody asked, I would have the excuse ready and say, oh, we're having girls' night, da 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 da, we're eating pizza and junk food, blah 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 blah. Of course, nobody gave a shit. Um, but that was my excuse to like ward off judgment or whatever. Like nobody, you can't really judge me because you don't know that I'm eating all this by myself. And I would do the same like with fast food. Like I would go to Dunkin' Donuts in the morning and get a muffin and a bagel and a Diet Coke, and that was my breakfast. And I figured if anybody asked, I would say that the bagel or the muffin was for somebody at work and I was getting breakfast for the both of us. It's not what normal people do. It's not what normal people do. I've eaten like I've made like a cake, ate the entire thing like within the span of a day. Just like go back into the kitchen, grab a fork, and just like eat it out of the pan. Sneaking food in my car. Like I would like just go for a drive and go, stop at the drive-through and get a snack or whatever, and then I would like hide the bags, hide them in my car or somewhere where nobody would look. Um my midnight snack when I lived with my parents, and to an extent also when I worked at a boarding school and I worked these crazy hours. Um, my favorite midnight snack was toasted white bread with peanut butter and jelly, like 3 pieces of toast at like midnight. Um, I mean, a lot of these like disgusting eating habits really like. I mean, this was the way I have depression and anxiety, and I have for years. And that's how I coped, was just trying to eat away the feelings. Like when I was in 6th grade and eating ice cream out of the carton after school, that was because I had been mercilessly bullied. And that's what made me feel better. Um, when I was working a crappy job and unhappy and making no money and working 100 hours a week and getting paid garbage, been eating, sitting in my room and eating out of the carton of ice cream made me feel a little better. Um, I would, on like my nights off, I would get dinner at McDonald's and I would get like a crispy chicken sandwich and medium fries and a milkshake. And they used to have these like little vanilla, I want to say they're biscotti, but they weren't biscotti. They're like vanilla pastry something or others. I don't really know what it is. I would get that and then a big ass Diet Coke. It was a 5-minute drive back from McDonald's to where I lived at the time, and I would kill the milkshake in 5 minutes. And then I'd just inhale the rest of the food, just like sitting by myself. Um, and I would like eat not for taste, but for texture. So just like trying to shove as much food in my mouth as possible or take as big of a bite as I could as possible just to like fill. I don't even know. I can't explain why. I don't know if I was just if it was comforting having like a big mouthful of food or like a big mouthful of carbs and like bread and or like something like that. But I mean, and these are things I just, kind of thought of off the top of my head. I typed them up. Um, and no fucking wonder I was 257 pounds. I'm surprised I didn't weigh more. Um, and I was just like in denial for so long, and I justified everything to myself for so long that I don't even know. Uh, and part of me worries that, you know, these like problems, these issues with food don't just magically go away because I have a tiny stomach now. I I physically cannot use food as a coping mechanism the way I have in the past. And that worries me because these shitty eating habits I had for years. I mean, easily 20 plus years. They don't just go away overnight. They don't just go away because they removed part of my stomach. They might be dormant for now, but I don't know if and when and how they're going to come back. Can you hear those adorable little cat meows? Of course, he's not doing it right now. Fergus is in the box again. But like when life gets hard again, I can't turn to food the way I have. And that's I don't know what that's going to look like. I don't know how to end this video because it's a real downer. So I'll see you guys later. And thanks for watching. Mwah.